They taught you to wait, to raise your hand before speaking, to look around before acting, to get approval first. They called it respect, but it was training. Training to pause, to hesitate, to doubt what you already knew. But something in you moved before the signal ever came, before the nod, before the permission. It wasn't loud, it wasn't planned, it just moved. Because truth doesn't wait for applause, and courage doesn't check for consensus. You made decisions when no one was watching. You spoke when it wasn't popular. You acted when it wasn't safe. No headlines, no celebration, and no one cheered. But you did it anyway, because something real was waking up inside you. That quiet motion, that invisible resistance, it mattered. It always mattered, because real change never starts in the spotlight. It starts in the stillness, in the silent refusal, in the moments no one sees. You didn't ask to move. You didn't wait for permission. And in a world trained to pause, you broke the script by simply continuing, not with noise, but with nerve. You were never frozen. You were never stuck. You were building something real, in silence, in stillness, in truth. Not for validation, but because it had to be done. You never needed their permission, and you still don't. They spotlight what they can shape, what they can sell, what they can spin into noise, and they call that truth. But truth, real truth, doesn't perform. It doesn't raise its hand. It doesn't wait for applause. It doesn't need cameras, or a platform, or a script. It moves quietly, between people, in glances, in choices, in instinct. You heard it between words, in the pause that said more than the line, in the silence that broke louder than the noise. You didn't need it labeled to recognize it. You knew what was real. Even when they refused to show it. They mocked it, dismissed it, tried to scrub it from the record. But truth didn't vanish. It took root, quieter than their chaos, stronger than their control. Because truth doesn't crave their spotlight. It remembers. It waits. It holds steady. And someone like you carried it through the noise. And you still do. They tried to bury it, but you held it. You kept it alive when no one else would. You passed it in silence, in stillness, in faith. And now, it's not just surviving. It's rising, quiet, certain, unstoppable, because truth never left, and neither did you. We never needed their permission.